Rock Auto Day. It's well, technically it's Saturday. It's Friday night, Saturday morning. I ordered this stuff Monday and it's already here. It's not everything we need, but it's a really good start. First off, I see that they put the magnet on the outside here, which is a beautiful, beautiful AMC Rambler. That is nice. That is cool. There, I'm not sure what's in this box, but I just want to check and make sure that what's here is in good condition. Whoa!
Palm trees, broken roads, desert dust bowl sun, where the bill man will call you almost every week. Which bills to pay today, what's left in the fridge to eat, where stars frame the night, born out of dreams.
Some of these are actual Ford parts. It said various manufacturers. I didn't know the manufacturer was going to be Ford. That's awesome. This must be the grill. Nope. One of the ducts for the grill shutters. I think this is the other duct. Oh yeah. Struggle. The struggle is real. Okay. Nope. Our new grill. Fantastic. Ford Motor Company. Beautiful. Oh, that's nice. That's the other duct. Old Mercedes. Cool. Our invoice. I think this is probably a radiator. Yeah. That's our radiator. It's gonna go in pretty soon. Really don't want to damage it, but I also want to make sure it's not damaged. Oh, lovely. A little bit twisted. It will straighten out once it's installed. Nice. Okay, we're gonna put this over here. Keep it safe. John Statson, sweet. Nice collection today. Severely wrapped up in blue plastic. Let's put this bumper together. I'm expecting the remainder of the parts tomorrow, so I'm just gonna snap this light back in because at least while it's off, it's easy to put the bulbs in. I had an issue with the one marker light, just failed, but I've got new ones on the way from Oxido. They should be here sometime today. So this just really clips onto this bumper. That's the theory anyway. Sorry, just kind of support it kind of nicely with these sawhorses while I do it. Not, damage the paint while I'm at it. On this end, like the whole thing is designed to come straight in, so you got to watch these tabs. They're because they don't go in this way, they come back this way, so you're kind of just got to watch they don't get caught, I guess. Challenging because everything is just so very flexible. Right about here is where you want to watch these end ones. Everything should line up afterwards, I guess. There we go. Keep it this way. And of course, the grill clips in here. So that's next. There are actually also a couple of screws that go in here, and the grill is going to slip behind this. That's the theory. No. Not quite. Sort of wish the grill could be installed to the truck first and then attach this, but you'd never get these screws in here, I guess. That clips over the grill there. I thought I might take this opportunity to install the eBay Raptor grill, but this was cheaper. A lot cheaper. Since this was a very unexpected expense, that was a good thing. Cheaper was necessary. Okay. Oh shoot. Incidentally, this is a new mic, so I hope the sound is okay. It might take a little experimentation to get it perfect, I guess. There we go. I kind of don't necessarily want to install the grill bar yet, but I think I'm going to. Just because how else am I going to do up all these screws after unless I kind of pull it away? Yeah, we'll just put it on. We're around there. I'm not really sure why it needs to be this secure. There we go. But it is. And then last is this front, I don't know what you'd call it. It's the mount. Getting significantly heavier. Okay, something like that. And a whole bunch of screws to secure this plate to the grill. Front end of a Maverick ready to install. Where am I going to put this thing now? If I leave this here, I can't fit the truck in. There, that fits a little better. That wasn't quite in on either side. Sweet. Well, we have all our parts for the Maverick. Yikes. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It just randomly clicks. Anyway, so here is the old rad support. You can see it's got no vanes there. There's the new one. It do have the vanes. What it don't have is the hood support, like the rod clip for the hood support rod is what I'm trying to say. The actual hood stoppers, I guess. Doesn't have these rubbers, the harness, whatever these little, I guess they're sensors, I'm not too sure. Whatever those do, those got to come out. Clips for the hood release. So all of that stuff, of course the lower rad mounts, and even this foam here, which is torn, but I'm just gonna take it off and I'm gonna glue it to the new one, so I don't care that it's torn, because that's where it tore there because it's broken there. So, and of course the actuator's got to come out as well. So a little bit of work ahead of us, but once that's done, then this can go back on the front end of the truck, where I've got the crash beam off, and there's the right hand headlight, and there's our new left hand headlight. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a night. At least hopefully I can get it back to drivable if I don't get it entirely finished tonight, because it's getting a little late. But anyway, time's a wasting. All right, well, this is together now, so kind of same as before. I'm going to tip it underneath the rad, get the rad pins, the lower ones, into the mounts, and then kind of concurrent with, I have a new, one of the upper rad mounts is broken, so I have a new one of those, kind of concurrent with putting that in before we get it all. Yeah, we'll probably clip that in, and then before everything's all in place, I'm gonna drop the bumper beam over top, because it kind of wraps behind, and that was a struggle before when I had the rad a little more secure. And then we'll bolt everything up at once, and then we'll get all the harnesses tied up and everything back into place a little better than it was before, so that, you know, we're just a little bit more finalized, I guess. And then might call it a night at that point. At least it's drivable again. And then, well, you know, we got to get, I guess, lights to make it drivable. But anyway, not that there's that much more. It's throwing the bumper and grill back on. So, but that might be tomorrow. We'll see. I don't love hanging the rad from its hoses, but it's not for long. Okay. Definitely could use more hands there. Oh. Kind of cold in here today too. Giving me sniffles. I know a lot of you are fighting the heat wave, but not here. It's a little bit on the chilly side, actually. Easy now. Okay, we're getting there. So next steps are there's 4 bolts that basically secure the radiator bracket to this crash beam. 2 at the top, 2 screws down here at the bottom, and then bolt this up to here, the tie bar to the frame extension, I guess, and as well as 2 bolts from the tie bar underneath into the bottom of the rad support, and then bolt this crash beam up, get the wiring all reattached, headlights back in place, and then we'll carry on. Well, isn't that a sight for sore eyes? Last night after the camera died, I went ahead and just loosely hung the front bumper in place, so you can see the gap there is it's not really bolted up. It's just clipped up on the one side, and that clip doesn't want to hold it up, so just a few bolts in there. There's 3 little bolts on each side, and then this just kind of slides in through the slots under here and locks in, and then bolt, missing bolt, I lost bolt, and then 2 push pins to secure the air duct in, which means I'll get to hear a little less turbo noise, but oh well. And then just 5 little screws across the top, and that's all that holds this whole top end in. And the grill bar clips to the headlights. So that's done. So it's coming together. I'm just going ahead and putting the bolts in back here. So you can kind of see the 3 bolts there. And I'm gonna tighten those up and then just get the liner put into place, and there's bolts along the bottom. I'll show you those when we get there. We're all connected up. I did not put the under tray on, partly because I'm missing some bolts, always was, and partly because, I don't know, it makes it hard to change oil, and I'm not sure. There's an aerodynamic penalty to be paid, I'm sure, but anyway, I did take the opportunity to run the block heater cord down to the lower grill here, which will be a lot more convenient. Otherwise, you can only really get it from under the hood. And I can just tie it here until winter. I didn't make much use of it last year, actually. What that allows me to do take that out. Awesome. Now we just need to take care of that check engine light. Where's the port? Down here on the left. So we're going to use the launch scanner, which I was so fortunate to win from Fluffy the Mexicanic. I'm pretty sure I know what's causing this. Now we have outside air temperature reading. We didn't have that before. It was just dashes because the sensor was attached to the bumper, which was in the garage here, while I was driving around without it. So apparently that is nowadays, why isn't heated steering on? Nowadays that's a check engine light. 100 years cars drove around just fine without knowing what the outside temp was, and then we added it as a convenience for drivers, and now it's a check engine light if it doesn't work. Oh, here we go. Power steering, heat, vent, all kinds of codes. Body control module, HVAC, instrument panel cluster, image processing module, power control module, power steering module. We have so many codes. Start with the BCM. Hood switch. Well, we know that. Left and right position lamps. Yeah. Left front enhanced exterior lighting system. Sure. Let's go back here. It's we're here. Do we go like this? What do we do? And we know the hood switch is open. HVAC. Invalid data from ECM. Instrument panel cluster. Invalid data. We got all kinds of good stuff. Enter. Stop downloading. Stop downloading. Everything went back to normal. Ha ha ha. All because of that temp sensor. Great. Awesome. Well, that's it. We're done. The Gilson snowblower here behind me, it's been on the channel a few times. I've had it for quite a few years. That right there, there's a 1991, something like that. Briggs Classic 3.5 horsepower engine. It was part of the lot before that I did all the analysis on. That one came out really good, but somewhere I lost the footage. So my plan was to install it, basically take off the shroud and the air filter and, you know, repaint it with the shroud from the snowblower and that funny rope adapter slash intake, so that it looked old but ran with the newer engine, which is way easier to get parts for. That's not going to happen now because I've sold it. There's an engineering student in Edmonton here, and his dad is purchasing it so that I think it's his dad, so that the student can take it apart and see what makes it tick. And actually, it's pretty interesting because most snowblowers are not vertical shaft. So it's pretty unique in that way. And I think, you know, it'll be pretty interesting for them. So I gotta dig it out from all this mess here and then load it up and away it goes.